Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you how to make this country style beef stew. I usually make this dish either in a fast cooker or slow cooker, but let's just say you don't have these modern day devices. So I'm gonna try to recreate this dish the way how my grandmother used to make it, and she cooked it in this Russian stove called pechka. Pechka was the heart and soul of every single house. It cooked food, baked bread, and also provided the heat for the whole entire house. She will make this stew in this cast iron pot called chugunok, and it always tasted so good, and the meat was so tender. I do not have the stove, and of course, it takes very skillful people to build that. So I'm gonna make this dish entirely in the oven. Here is the list of the ingredients for your screenshots and also will be listed in the description box below. Let's get started. I have 2 pounds of stew meat cut into cubes, and I believe this is chuck. You can use sirloin or short ribs for this stew. I also have 2 large onions, and I'm going to be using Vidalia onion, which is a sweet onion, which I think is going to be better for this dish. 1 cup of beef stock, or you could use water. 3 tablespoons of ghee, which is a clarified butter. You can skip this ingredient if you're using a fattier cuts of meat like short ribs. We're also gonna need 4 or 5 cloves of garlic minced, 1 cup of tomato puree, tomato juice, or stewed tomatoes. Spices are pretty simple here. I have a 1.5 tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of chili pepper, 1 tablespoon of coriander, and 1 bay leaf. I have 2 tablespoons of dry herbs, and I have a mix here of parsley, cilantro, and chives. You could use the fresh herbs instead. Since this stew is made in the oven, you're gonna need a cast iron Dutch oven, at least 5 quarts size with the lid. The only preparation we're gonna do here is gonna slice the onion half moon, and I'm using the Vidalia onion. You know, Vidalia onion is a sweet onion, was accidentally discovered in Georgia in 1930s. The reason I'm using the sweet onion, it has less tangier taste and much softer flesh, which will disintegrate in our sauce. The rest of it is going to be so easy. There is no searing required. We're just going to place the meat in a dry pot. We're going to place our onions, then add our beef stock and also tomato puree. Then we're going to add all the spices right on top of that. Then we're going to add our dry herbs, also minced garlic. And we're gonna place our 3 tablespoons of ghee on top of this. It goes first in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit uncovered for 1 hour. And after that, we're gonna mix all the ingredients so they're all completely combined. And it's gonna be cooking in the oven for at least 3 hours covered with the lid. You can keep it there for more than 3 hours. You can keep it there for 4, for 5, whatever you like. The more you keep it there, the more tender your meat is gonna be. So the temperature at slow cooking would be at 224 degrees Fahrenheit. So just set this on your oven and watch this dish slowly come together. Traditionally, you will serve this stew with either mashed potatoes or these white noodles. I was lucky enough to find these. Look how cute these are. They're pot pie noodles. Our dish is out of the oven and prepared to be surprised, and this is what it looks like. Please note that we didn't use any flour to thicken the sauce. The sauce is thick. and it achieved that thickness by just using the right temperature in the oven and also cooking it for a long time, so particles of the meat and also the onions became the sauce, and that's where you get the most flavor out of this dish. And look how beautiful this dish is, and it is so flavorful. So we're just gonna serve it and taste it on the platter. We're gonna put our noodles and also pour some of this beautiful beef stew. I didn't use any vegetables because we cooked it for a long time. I didn't want the vegetables to be so mushy, but you can add vegetables as you like. You can add carrots or mushrooms, but add them at the last moment of your cooking so they just get enough time to get tender. And just look at the texture and the tenderness of this meat. It almost looks like a corned beef. And my grandmother used to can this. She would put it in the jar and then preserve it for the winter time. If you do that, just remember to sterilize your jars and then place this dish in the refrigerator. You can also put it in the Ziploc bag and freeze it. And when you're ready to enjoy this hearty stew, just heat it up, boil some noodles, and enjoy. I hope you like this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you soon.